may recall a few days ago I was discussing how the Division was doing rather well for itself after not too long at all, having broken several internal records over at Ubisoft, and it seems that trend is set to continue as it continued to sell well after an impressive first 24 hours and even broke a Destiny's record for the highest sales of a new franchise. Now, just to clarify, that is in dollars, not in number of copies, and of course occurred during the first 5 days of release, and this was announced by Ubisoft. Just to refresh your memory, when Destiny launched back in September of 2014, Activision reported sales of $325 million from the first 5 days on the market, and Ubisoft have now announced that the estimated worldwide revenue from the Division's first 5 days of release exceeded $330 million. Now, there's something important to keep in mind here is that Destiny launched, of course, on both last gen and current gen, while the Division is currently only available on current gen, and that's probably not going to change. I would highly doubt it will be coming out on last generation hardware. So basically the Division has less platforms to work with, but still managed to beat Destiny's first 5 days, which is pretty damn impressive. I have a bit of a statement here from Yves Guillemot, who of course is the CEO of Ubisoft, and he said, quote, "The Division taking the top spot in the industry for first week sales of a new franchise is a tremendous achievement. We are very proud of our teams and humbled and thankful for the millions of players who are giving us their feedback and support." This, of course, is following the internal Ubisoft records that I mentioned in my previous video, where they broke Ubisoft's internal record for the number of copies sold on launch day, as well as a few other things, and now the Division stands alone at the top of the opening week sales chart. And Ubisoft has also reported that the Division is now their best-selling game of all time during their first week of release. However, they haven't detailed specific figures for the number of copies sold. Now, this is something important to keep in mind. We do not have the sales figures for the Division, as I just said. However, taking in the first week of sales, do remember that the Division is now their best-selling game, and Watch Dogs sold more than 4 million copies in a week. So that is the kind of sales we're talking about it beating. So it could be 4.1 million, it could be 5 million, we just don't know, but it has beaten that if it's their best-selling game of all time. So that's pretty damn impressive for the Division, and it seems the praise is well deserved. I haven't actually played it following the beta. It's not really my type of game, to be quite frank, but it seems people are enjoying it, and the sales are very much reflecting that. And just goes to show what happens when you release a solid title and a new IP rather than churning out the same thing over and over again, Ubisoft. Still, happy news for the Division. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.